What's going on, everybody? TheKennyDubz here with another episode of Digimon World Next Order. Last time, we finished up Chapter 2. As a matter of fact, as you know, it says we're in Chapter 3. This time, we're going to be doing a little bit more exploring because, well, we have to invite more Digimon. So, before we get too far into this, something I don't like about this game, well, another thing I don't like about this game, I talked about that a little bit. It doesn't tell you when you transition chapters. Like, yes, you can see it here in the menu, but a lot of other games, they'll, like, have some kind of cool transition or animation, or something like that. But this game is just like, yeah, no, there's just an update on the screen. So you might not know between bosses which is an end of chapter boss unless you played this game before. But yeah. There was something else I'd wanted to mention, but I kind of forgot what it was now. So, I'm going to head to the Research District, because last time I started upgrading the lab, and I think... Should just about done here in a second. Yep. There we are. Oh, it puts me over there, huh? I don't know where it would put me exactly, actually, on, after I finish this, but, I mean, it's okay. Alright, so now that the lab is rank 4... Oh, you know what? A matter of fact, we haven't spoken to Toyotaman. Oh, I also want to... What tamer level am I? 26. Okay, we'll speak to Toyotaman here. I've been greatly interested in what a tamer is since meeting you. I'm particularly interested in tamer skills. I think my research will greatly benefit you. I've been greatly interested, okay, well, he doesn't do his thing just yet, but later on... I don't think... Answer something straight away. 30, alright. So, now that we have tamer level, or not tamer level, research level 4, first things first, I'm gonna head back to the builder. Let's see here. Hospital, stock market. I'm gonna upgrade the fishing hole to level 3. And now we're going to head out for the day. And, oh. Well, got a tamer level up right there to level 27. Okay, that's good. And I think I want to head to... I'm going to head to Server Desert, and I'll meet you guys over at Faulty Ex Machina. Oh... Okay, so over here, back in Faulty Ex Machina, I actually just realized something. Apparently, Tiny doesn't like this area very much, despite that we've been here a handful of times, and Tiny doesn't get sick. Beans, however, got sick almost immediately after being in Boney Resort for just a little while, which is very, very unfortunate, but also pretty interesting as well. I don't remember if this is the entrance I want to go to or not. That's when I was deciding my destination. I kind of sat there for a second. I was like, is this the entrance I want to go to, or do I want to go the other entrance? But now that we have reached level 4, no, this is the entrance I want to be at. I don't think. You know, this works. We've hit level 4, we can interact with more Digimon. And one of the ones we can interact with is this one. This is bad, like really bad. Huh? How long have you been standing there? What's wrong? I might just be lucky, you know? Help me out here. Lately, 2 first Digimon have been fighting here in Faulty Ex Machina, rampaging any time and any place. Digimon, a Metal Greymon and Metal Tyrannomon. They never stop once they start going at it, but things have actually gotten serious. I've stopping them time and time again, but I had to give up to save myself. Still, maybe you could do something to help? So that wording was a little weird, I guess, just a translation. But, if you remember previously, we couldn't talk to Metal Mamemon. He said talking to you would only get you hurt. We need to stop this fight between Metal Greymon and Metal Tyrannomon. I've totally given up. Alright, so once we find them, we can interact with them. Although I probably won't, because it's if they're fighting each other, that means they might turn their attention to me. And we already know how some fights in this game go. Especially with how low my stats are right now. Oh no, actually no, this is that's where I want to go. Never mind. Because what I wanted to do initially is come over here and speak to Rapidmon. Hey you, can I ask a favor? Hey, you know cell phones, right? Humans can't send transmissions without a cell phone? I tried making one of those cell phone things myself. They're pretty rare around these parts, you see. I wanted to show it off to my friends, but before I knew it, I'd lost it. I'm gonna go look for it. For real? Oh, but there's just one problem. The bridge connecting Pathfork Island to Boulder Island has been down recently, so you can't get over there. Pressing the switch in the control room should lower the bridge. I don't know the details, so can I ask you to lower the bridge to Boulder Island? I'll do something in return to thank you for your help. Sorry for the hassle. Okay, so there's a few things here with this. Initially, a few episodes back, you might have remembered I came and talked to Digimon before. Please bring my phone back from Rocky Island in Faulty Machina where I dropped it. And I wanted to go to Boulder Island, right? Because if we look at this, on the map, we can't go anywhere just yet. However, if we... That entrance right over there. Because the bridge is down. It's also interesting, he says lower the bridge, but the bridge is already lowered. We need to raise the bridge up, I'm pretty sure. Anyway. This is what I forgot about. You needed lab level 5, or level 4, in order to start, in order to have access to that island over there. But something I wanted to talk about last episode, with Toyotaman, was the scene where Omegamon Zwart D showed up? Or the Enforcer? And when it just eliminated Toyotaman, right? Like that was one of like the wildest things to me. That's really the wildest things. So they didn't really show like any real details about it. But just like imagine like you're just minding your own business and you have to start pause buffering because never mind, I ain't got a pause buffer. I'm gonna catch him, the gingerbread man. Like, you're just imagining, when you're just minding your own business, then someone pulls up with a cannon attached to their arm and just launches it point blank, like... like, oh my gosh. All I can think of is, like, the, like, there's a few, like, there was a moment in Dragon Ball Z, I think it was, Gohan, he put an energy blast into Super Boo's mouth and ignited it and had it blow up. We now manage the land floating system. Wait, do I just do it myself? And there's also one where... I think I just pressed the button, right? Examine. Okay, it's been lowered. Although it needs to be raised. But, you know, whatever. With... there's a Pokemon gif where a Lucario is fighting a Blaziken. And the Blaziken just uses flamethrower point blank on the Lucario. And it looks like the Lucario just gets vaporized. Yeah, don't worry about it. And, you know, we'll be fine. Alright, now we outie. And, like, when I saw that the first time, I was like, oh my gosh. You should be dead. And he presumably is. But he kind of, like, disappeared from that scene afterwards, so... Alright, we're gonna pick this up over here. And now we can actually go to this island over here, which is where I wanted to get to earlier. I want to put something on... Put that on Buster Dive on both of you for now. Because I want to come over here and fight this Black Toy Agumon. And Black Toy Agumon is just like the clear Agumon except... Or the Toy Agumon except it's, you know, black. Now, Black Toy Agumon, according to my notes, has the skill called Spiral Driver. And Spiral Driver is a stronger version of Spin Attack. So if possible, I'd like to pick it up, but maybe... Alright, well, that did a lot of damage, so maybe that's Spiral Driver right there. I also don't think we have Nightmare Cloud. I think that's called Nightmare Cloud. Alright, maybe that was just him using Spin Attack, but it did a lot of damage, so I'm not sure. Spiral Driver should have a lot more, you know, of an animation to it, if I remember correctly. Can you attack? Oh my gosh.
That's the way. Get up. Use this.
Please, just attack.
Goody, that's the way. That's right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that fight was a lot harder than it needed to be. We did get Spiral Driver though. So Tiny's injured because he died, and I have no more revives because I forgot to buy more after the last fight where I need a revive. So if I ever get into too sticky a situation right now, well, I didn't want to do that. It's looking slow.
Okay now.
Wait, didn't I? Oh, you're just close to dying. Okay. Oh, they're both close to dying. Okay. I want to at least finish this up beforehand. It's dangerous over here, though. Maybe not dangerous, but... Okay, why does that one have red HP bar now? It didn't have red HP. Ooh! Okay, the way this thing came lunging at me was very, very surprising because I didn't even hear the sound, like the audio cue for it. Oh, you found my cell phone on Boulder Island? That's great. So, what do you think of the cell phone I made? Huh? It's not right. A flip phone? That sounds complicated. Ah, well. Thanks for helping me out. I'll go back to the city. Tell me more about cell phones next time. Alrighty then. Now we're gonna go back to Boulder Island because a place that I've been trying to get to actually is just past this area. However, the Digimon on this island have an insane range. For detection. Like someone we talked to over there, he looks very, very familiar, and he should look very, very familiar because one of my Digimon was at Digimon previously. Our Digimon are gonna die soon, though. They just de-aggroed and aggroed me again, by the way. Oh my gosh. Are they all on me? Oh my gosh, just 4 of them. Okay. That area is very, very scary.
Gather up.
As is this area. It's not that... This area isn't... I can't say this area is really scary. It's not that bad. Now, what you could do is, since my Digimon are so close to dying, I could just ignore them and not feed them, but that's mean. What I also want to do is...
Okay now.
Actually, I'm gonna go inside my camp real quick to tally up my Tamer EXP to see if I can get a level off that real quick. Break camp down. I think they're gonna. I think they have a few hours left, like sub 6, I think. Because they're so close to dying. 12 point. Well, how high are my stats right now? Because it'd be an extra 1%, it'd be 14% instead of 13. I'm gonna get the evolution skill. Because I think that'll be much more beneficial. So, this island has a few Digimon for us to interact with, but in the middle of the island, I'm gonna talk to you right now. There is a blue Miramon. Oh, you're not there yet. Okay, well, never mind. It's not there just yet, but once it gets there, one, it has a large detection range, and two, it has one of the most powerful air techniques we can learn. So it'll be worth interacting with it at least once to see if you can learn the technique. It is quite strong, so you're going to watch out for that. But here we are at an absolute zero. And I wanted to come here earlier, but I was not able to. Well, I never. Finally, a human made it this far. This is absolute zero, a frozen land of snow and ice. The structure over there is what this area is known for, a temple called the Frost Cathedral. It's pretty much the only thing here. Anyway, there's a legend that this land suddenly appeared in the world hundreds of years ago. So I haven't gotten a clue what the Frost Cathedral is. You can investigate for yourself if you're interested. You might even survive if you're lucky. Speaking of which, do you want to try your luck? I haven't got anything better to do. You know the game rock, paper, scissors, right? Every single human knows how to play it. Here goes. 3, 2, 1. And then we can pick. I always pick rock. Rock. Scissors. No! I lost! Your partner's mood increased. I won't lose next time. And basically you can do that once a day, and your Digimon will... Your mood will increase if you win. If you lose, well, nothing happens. Actually, I think the mood goes down. Okay, over there we have an Ice Devimon, which instead of fighting, I want to not fight. Someone else over here we can interact with, though. So let's go talk to them once we get a chance. I want to gather some materials. Oh my gosh, he's right behind me. Holy cow. He's hacking fast. Oh, Digimon human together. Ho ho ho, so you finally come my way. But right now I'm taking a request from someone else. Sorry, but I can't help you at the moment. Alright, so there's that. Can't interact with Digimon right now. Avoiding this Ice Devimon. So, this place is just like the Freeze Land from Digimon World 1. As you might be able to surmise from the kind of overall layout of it and the Digimon you can find here as Ice Devimon. I forgot what this was called in Digimon World 1. The Frost Cathedral wasn't called the Frost Cathedral, but... Achoo! Shoot, you found me? Are you alright? This belt is too worn out. Cold wind just pours right through its holes. Garurumon gave it to me, so maybe he'd be willing to fix it. You have an idea where he could be? Talked about Garurumon. Oh, Garurumon's in the city? I'm actually a bit shy, so I'm afraid to ask. Still, better make the first move. And that one was really adorable, because Gabumon's like, well, Garurumon made me this pelt. And, basically, Gabumon won't join you unless Garurumon's in the city. So, that's why I wanted to get Garurumon last episode, because I figured I'd be able to get here this episode and then recruit Gabumon. It's kind of like one of those, like with Biyomon and Bergermon kind of thing. That's pretty cool. Alright, so now we're up to the Frost Cathedral itself. Over here, we have the bathroom. There's some other things over here as well. Oh, there's a King Digimon. Oh, dear. First, let's start the Gomamon. You! The Road-Up Collector is a demanding one. My hobby is collecting fishy pictures. There's just one I gotta add to my collection. Mega Digimon's fishy picture. Such a heroic figure reproduced in fishy picture form is just too cool. Just thinking about it gives me goosebumps. That's where you come in. If you meet Mega Digimon, please get his fishy picture. Sure. You'll do it for me? You're the best. Mega Digimon's at Mod Cape. Man, I just can't wait. And just like my buddy Witch, we have another fan of Mega Digimon. And it's actually really funny because I'm pretty sure in this playthrough as well, I started off Witch as a Gomamon and went into Mega Digimon eventually as well. So, that's pretty cool. Give me a picture of Mega Digimon Mod K. Pretty please, I can hardly contain my excitement. There's King Digimon over there, and I think... yes, there's a material spot. There's a few material spots over here, actually, that I want to grab. I don't want to interact with the King Digimon, but Quartz and Emerald, very, very good. Ruby Quartz, hey, I'll take it. Diamond, you know, let's go. There's also... over here we can get... I don't remember if there's anything particularly good at this one. No. There are some very, very good material spots in this area, so that's why I want to try to get them right now. Because when I wake up, my Digimon are 100% going to fade away. Like, there's not really any debate about that. Snow Agumon there. Okay, we'll fight the Snow Agumon. Snow Agumon is, as you would expect, a snow version of Agumon. It's a rookie-level Digimon. Ice attribute, so if you have any air techniques, it'd be good to use against him. Kind of thick. As you can see, he's taking no damage. He has Waterfall, it looks like.
You're doing it.
And I'm not sure...
Calm down.
I know what that move is called in the base Digimon World game, but this game I'm not sure. I think Icicle... It's not Icicle Spear, actually.
Good, just like
Reminds me of Icicle Spear from Pokemon, though.
full power.
But let's just hit him with a Demonic Disaster, because, I got nothing, actually. We got a Spotted Tomato from that. And we actually got some decent speed? Stamina as well. Okay, I was not expecting that. Okay, I kind of want to fight another Snow Agumon if I can. Possible. Oh! I was trying to figure out where I was and where the King Digimon was. I don't know if I can take him on, which is why I try to avoid fighting him right now. There's quite a few Digimon for us to talk to over here as well, so let's talk to some of them. You see? Look back with your eyes, with your faith. Or you see nothing. This has simply appeared one day. It's without a doubt a gift from heaven. And basically here, we just have worshippers of the Frost Cathedral. Snow Agumon? Snow Agumon. Okay. Over here is where I want to be. I know my Digimon are getting quite tired, but I really want to finish up this what I want to do in this area before I have them go to sleep, because they will die, like I said. After this, they're so close to dying. Again, I believe it's 6 hours. 6 in-game hours once you have... Oh, a Frostcut Mushroom. Once you start seeing the signs of them dying. Anyway, we talked to Goemon before, so let's talk to Ikakumon. Hey you! I have a tasty proposition for you. Got a second? Ooh, do tell. I knew you'd say that. When I said I had a tasty proposition, I meant a chef that makes delicious dishes, you see. The food that chef makes is always out of this world. I was a regular at that restaurant. But I don't know what that chef was thinking. He closed shop until he went off somewhere. So I want you to go looking for the chef yourself. I want more tasty food, yeah? I want you to go order more. Chef is Serafimon. The rumors of him being spotted in Silver Desert, so go for it. Alright, and with that, I think... Oh, nope, there's one more right over here.
Lucky.
That is all I wanted to interact with for now, so I can get these quest chains started for later.
Excellent.
And now, I think there was only 4.
Okay now.
4 of the material spots in this area. So we'll go to sleep, and when we wake, our Digimon should fade away. Unfortunately.
Sleep well.
It's also very, very unfortunate that I have both of them able to, or both of them on the same schedule as well. That's very, very unfortunate. I don't think I've ever seen them both laid out like this at the same time. Oh no. Also unfortunate. Also, This is daytime in the in the Absolute Zero, but there isn't really any music for it either. I think this is the only area of the game that doesn't have actual music, but I feel like that adds to the overall atmosphere of it, right? As a cold air, cold snowy area, like you just feel the wind, you just hear the wind blowing, and there's like no real music, and I think it kind of lends itself well to that end. So
hold your partner
now I have to do a
in
little bit
your
of thinking
heart
about
and
what I
hope
want for my
the best.
partners here. Alright, for my first partner, I will take a Koromon. Well, a Bodemon. It's going to develop into Koromon though, but like it doesn't come out as a Koromon. It was just a slip up there. For this one, I think I'll name it after my buddy Neptune.
So, hold your partner in your heart and hope for the best.
As for my second partner, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this egg. This one has a higher strength. Ooh, a name for this one. I'll name this one Lucy. Oops. I could have gone with Lucky, but I'm gonna go with Lucy for this.
Got a second?
You're back, TheKennyDubz. I have good news.
Made my day.
Rapidmon has come back to Floatia. He's gone to the entertainment district. He wants to work in the arena, I think.
Made my
Applemon has come back to Floatia. He said something about not being able to sell something. I wonder what he's gonna do. His prosperity is now 78. The place is really looking great now. Okay. Yummy, yummy, yum. I have a request, a delicious request. Do you know Serafimon in Server Desert? You know, in Dead End Town. You need to go get them for me. My mouth is watering just remembering and taste. So it tells you exactly where Serafimon is. Oh, look. Girlmon now. Okay, before I go and thing. Do I have anything in the builder? I do, the fishing hole, that's right. Alright, entertainment district, so that's where, where did I get the Rapidmon? Thank you. Yes, the arena, okay. I couldn't remember exactly where he goes. It's also weird that this is called the arena, because when I think arena, my first thought is it's the same thing as the Coliseum, but that's just me personally. Like this is more like a game corner kind of thing. Welcome to the Project Exchange. To begin, you'll need some luck coins with a game machine or a Coliseum victory. Oh, and you can only play against the game machine when another Digimon is present. I'll exchange all luck coins you have for something you really want. Good luck. And if we take a look here, there's actually some decent things. There's a bandage, a large MP hollow disc, a defense plug-in X, super recovery hollow disc, and a super regen disc. Now obviously these are going to be harder to get because we need luck coins for these. However, if you picked up Nainamon, he gives you free luck coins each day. So that's how I already have 160 luck coins. Not because I've been doing like arena and stuff like that, you know, off screen. It's just because every day Nainamon gives you a random amount. Oh, well, he gave me 180 today. Let's talk to Garudamon. We're here. I actually don't know what that Digivolution Stone is, so let's see. And the Black War Greymon. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, go out for 3 days again. I do wish that like in Digimon World 1 they would show Digimon like leaving. Not necessarily leaving, but like not at their, not at their spot when they're off somewhere, right? Because in Digimon World 1 for the item shop, the item dig out, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but Jomojimon runs it. Jomojimon would not be at, I think you would see him walk away, but he would also just not be at his stand until it's done. Like if you came back and talked to him early, he would come back to the thing as like, yeah, I'm not done looking yet, come back later. But I guess they didn't set it up here so that you could like talk to them, or like you would be able to see them go off screen or anything like that. Which is, like I said, it's unfortunate. It's only a minor thing, but it is one of the things about this game that I hoped was different. In any case, I think now that'll be it for today, because I have to raise up my Digimon a little bit, and I don't want to take up the rest of this episode doing that. And yeah, he does only give you 300 bits once. So with that said, we have done quite a little bit today. Not the biggest amount of things, but our Digimon did fade away, so I'll have to take care of that. And I'll have to do some training again as well. I'm probably not going to do training on my Twitch stream this time, just because I give slight spoilers. No, I guess I still could, because although it does give slight spoilers to what Digimon I have, these are all full price. Okay, I don't want to do that. Okay, because the episode should be going live for the
Careful now.
by the time my stream is up, or my Digimon are close to dying. Oh, something I wanted to show as well too. Before I go, I'm pretty sure I showed it last time as well. But if we look at our stats right now, they're a lot higher, right? Like we're starting off with roughly 2,000 HP and MP as it is on our day 0 Digimon, right? Now, I think I misplayed a little bit when I was picking the egg for Neptune. I didn't pick one that had a bonus stat up, unfortunately. So that's why Lucy has much more attack or strength than Neptune right now. So I didn't pay enough attention to that, and I didn't think about it until after I'd already selected, and I was like, I didn't make that mistake. But that'll be it for this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next episode later.